What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I am Brad. I'm always joined all the time by my homie Jack. We are the Nerds and Mikes podcast, and today we got on a special guest returning for the second episode, baby. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Ellie. How you doing, fam?
Hi, doing great. How are you guys?
Good. It's good to see you again. How you been since the last time we talked? Just kind of like chilling, streaming, everything like that.
Yeah, I haven't streamed as much. I've been trying out that new website Kick. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I have
Um,
not.
yeah, it's a new one. Yeah, that some streamer from Twitch went and like collaborated and created, and supposedly like instead of a 50-50 split like on Twitch, it's a like a 95-5 split. So
Oh,
streamers are
okay.
supposed to be getting more profit off of it, things of that nature. So I don't
Okay,
know.
that makes sense. I didn't. So, like, is that kind of like Twitch in a sense? You can actually stream and make content off of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
it's just a different avenue. Same thing. It literally almost looks the same layout wise. It's just different colors and
Right.
all, but um it's still in the beta, so they don't have an app just yet, but they're gonna release that soon, I know. So
Hell yeah. Well, I literally got a big ass smile on my face because we brought you here for back for a couple reasons. One, because we had such a great conversation last time, but two, and by far the biggest reason, the show Last of Us.
mm, yeah.
Now, mind you, all of my listeners, bro, I actually didn't know of the show's existence before she came on. Before she even came on, I actually had no idea what it was, and then Ellie was like, "I've been watching Last of Us. You guys ever heard that?" And Jack literally jumped, was like, "Oh, dude, that show is lit. That show is so fire."
hmm
And then I started watching it, man, and I literally just finished the whole entire show. The first, at least obviously the first season, only 9 episodes. For y'all do not know, we only got one season so far, but
hmm
it is one of so far it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. And we can just get right into it. I'll start with the first episode and we'll just gradually work our way up.
hmm
I'm not gonna lie, dude. The first episode, it was like an hour and a half long. That was literally like based like some movies.
hmm
And that episode went by so fast, I feel like I barely blinked,
hmm
bro.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Like it was like just right away, and then it just like you see like it was Joel and his daughter. What was his daughter's name again?
Sarah.
That's Sarah, yeah.
Sarah. Okay. And Joel and Sarah, and like they're just like kind of chilling. I remember the first couple scenes, they're like just talking shit on the couch and just having
hmm
fun. And then literally it goes right into the fact, I think it's when she wakes up from a nap. Am I correct?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
And then right away the virus breaks out, and literally I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about y'all, I that threw me for a loop. I didn't expect his daughter to die like right off jump, bro.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did in the games, especially.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I didn't, cause I didn't play the game, man. I never touched the
That
game.
I think that's why it's such a crazy opening, and you don't expect it. I think that's why
Yes.
it just like Ellie said, like in the game it's the same exact way because it is so powerful and it's such a like crazy way to start off the story because you never would think, especially in like any media, that they're just gonna kill the kid right off the bat,
I
you
hmm
know,
know.
dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Uh And so when something in the way that they do it, both in the game and the show, it's just so like fucking like heart wrenching. It's like you can't
hmm
do anything in that scenario because like
Yes.
Yeah.
there's no medical attention. There's no like someone's shot in the chest like that. Like they're bleeding out very fast.
hmm
Yeah.
It hurt like, and like the performances on both ends, like in the show
Yeah.
especially, obviously like fantastic. Yeah.
Dude, it was so the first episode is just so intense. Like literally, I'm not gonna lie, like literally it went from like right when his daughter dies and instantly like so many years later, and then it's like literally like they're trying to
hmm
rebuild all of civilization. Like, I mean, shit. And I don't know about you guys, but like literally just and because it's so funny how like Ellie and Joel meet, they like literally, I think, doesn't Ellie try to like literally fucking kill Joel right off
hmm
jump when they
Yeah.
meet?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, bro, I don't know about you guys, man, but those two characters, they literally mesh so well. Like, you got Joel, who's this
hmm
kind of like badass, kind of like serious dude, where it's just like, I'm not giving you a fucking gun, bro. And then it's like literally you got Ellie, who's literally like this like kind of jokey, talkative kind of girl, and literally she kind of just is like yeah, like, but I love it because like at the end of the day, they literally no matter what happens, they still like just fucking kill everything, like. It is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty badass too, you know. So to like
Oh no,
be
for
able to
sure.
get thrown into that and just deal with it, you know, because I would have caved in at that age. So
14 years old, like dealing with that
yeah.
shit. Like what?
Yes. And and like I think I mean obviously like the biggest reason that I want to bring is because like obviously she's like immune to the virus. So
Mhm.
um and I remember Jack, I remember you telling me literally like you were like, yo, I cannot confirm or deny anything because I asked like, dude, do they ever explain why she's immune? And like, okay, I'm curious, did it have
Mhm.
something to do like with her being born when her mom literally got bit at the same time? Is that something to do with it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. Like I like that's what I cuz like, Ellie, what would you say? Because they never really explain it in the games, I think, or there's
Yeah.
like a note or something, but
I
like
See, that's what I'm saying is I don't remember it being elaborated on that her
Right,
mom was
exactly.
bit and then she had her, and that might have been the correlation between her being immune. I don't remember
Right.
that, but it's also been a while, so
I mean, yeah, but for the most part, it made I guess it made sense though. Like like right when she got bit, right when she cut the or like right after she cut the umbilical cord.
yeah,
So I guess some of it got in her system, and then so
yeah,
but she didn't like become infected, obviously, you know.
mhm,
Um,
Right.
but yeah, and that's again like with the show, they do different things, they change things around, and also can show more detail than they can in the games because really in the games you're just following Joel and Ellie, and it's like their
mhm,
story
Right.
really, and then yeah.
yeah. I do believe that I think it's like I was telling my fiance, I think, that they kind of condensed the zombie-ness of it in the show, which I get it. It's not meant to
Yes.
be a zombie show, as he clearly said. It's about them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, Yeah, we missed a lot of encounters for sure." But
Yes.
I do think the way they did the beginning was really good in the show because that whole hour and a half or however long it is, that's
Mhm.
only like the first 15 minutes maybe of gameplay. So,
Yeah.
they did a good job of, like, roping you in, got you attached to, Joel, and, you feel bad for him and everything, just
So bad.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like episode 2, they're just kind of like just going about on their thing like as far as episode 2, like as I'm not like my memory sucks ass. I don't remember too much about it. The one thing I do remember the fact is that like literally at the end when they're like in that I don't know what it is, whatever building it is, and then Tess, the girl.
Mhm.
So like Tess is pretty much like the caregiver for Ellie in a way, basically, right? Before like Joel came in the picture. Is that right or
No,
No,
I don't think she knew
no.
her either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they were like Joel and Tess. They like had a relationship before, at least.
Mhm.
And they definitely worked together. And I think especially like we seen they were together for a while because I know in episode 3
Mhm.
when we see Frank and Bill interact with
yeah.
each other, and like then we see them like later in their life they're having like the dinner, like, you know, and they kind
Yeah.
of like introduce Tess and Joel, like, so that was like I think 10 years before we even see them, like in
Yeah.
episode 2 or whatever.
Oh
So
yeah.
Mhm.
they've been
Okay.
together for a while, I would say.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would think though basically Marlene would be technically her like
The
caregiver
caregiver.
from like the shadows though. Like she wouldn't know, you know.
I think she may have, I know she went to, like, school with other kids and all that, so it may have been, like, she had a foster kinda family maybe
Mhm.
or something of the sort, and I'm not really sure though.
Yeah.
And then in episode 2, bro, when literally like Tess just fucking kills herself and blows up the whole fucking building. Oh my gosh, fair. That was so crazy.
That's not even how she dies in the games. It's
I was
just
gonna
like,
say I thought that that wasn't, she just gets, Swiss cheese
well,
basically in the
I
game,
think like
right?
yeah, Fedra comes up and like they, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like the yeah, the Swiss
They
cheese
just
her.
yeah, that kinda thing.
I
And
thought
then
that
you
was
still have
Cut
to
that
fight
bitch up
Fedra
like
getting
Swiss
out, like
cheese.
yeah. No, but I thought that was so unnecessary. Like why? I mean,
mhm,
I get it, like maybe like the symbolism of like the infection, and I guess that's like the easiest way for it to infect somebody is just like going straight into your mouth.
yeah,
But like that was like weird. I don't know. It was weird the way that they did it and the
Yeah, the
way that
fact
they
that like
killed her.
yeah.
that fucking infected dude just like kisses her and shit. That made me cringe a little bit. I don't know about that part.
Yeah.
I think
That
I
was
would
just
hope
that
it
was a
made
little
everybody
much.
cringe.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah.
think
I mean, it was cool as fuck. I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. The fucking anticipation when she couldn't fucking light that lighter. I was like, yo,
Mhm.
light the bitch, just light it, just go. And like, literally, just finally when they of course when they finally end up kissing and all the fucking weird ass tentacles and shit, then it's like literally
Mhm.
finally she lights it and then the fucking place blows up. Like,
Yeah.
damn, bro. And then when you talked about episode 3, bro, Bill and Frank, I'm not gonna lie. I remember I texted you immediately right after that, Jack. I was like, yo, what a fucking sad episode that was, bro. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. They introduced Bill and Frank. I'm not glad, bro. Like, yo, fucking Bill literally built a badass place to be able to just
Mhm.
chill and camp out. Like, I was like, yo, I would fucking chill in that place, dude. That shit was lit. And then like literally he just finds Frank in this hole. I'm not gonna lie though, dude. Straight up, I didn't see the gay relationship happening. That was totally, I totally didn't pick that up. I thought it was just like, oh, just like help some random dude who literally was hungry and lost. And then like when Frank literally kisses him on the piano, I was like, oh shit. And then they just go right into the sex scene.
I don't think anybody like expected it, and I think it started
Yeah,
out as he was just helping him, but
yeah.
shit happens, I
That's what
guess.
exactly what I was thinking.
That well
One of my
that
friends. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that episode though specifically, like it that was completely not even in the game. Like they didn't even have any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Okay.
just
what is it? I think Bill's alive, but Frank is dead by the time they get to him in the game.
yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
he's hung himself in the
mm-hmm.
game. What happened.
Oh shit. Okay. So
Yeah.
like literally that character was pretty much, or sorry, not the character, like the episode and the whole idea of them like just growing as like a couple that was
Mhm.
just like complete. That was not in the game at all. That just made that up.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I guess, like, in some alternate reality, that could have been behind the scenes, don't know, but,
But they
it's
do.
just
But the thing is, they do both end up, biting the bullet at the end of the episode, which
mhm.
I was. See, that's the thing too. I was expecting them to do something different. I was expecting them to like,
Mhm.
but that they did. I mean, they both, and that made sense too. I think like Bill,
Right.
Yeah.
like he said, Frank was his purpose, and like when
Mm-hmm.
when it was Frank's time, like it was
Dude,
Bill's time. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
bro, the letter that he left after they died. Okay, so I'm curious, like, why was he? Maybe I just missed it, but like, did Frank have like cancer or something? Is that what it was? That he was in the wheelchair and he's about to
I
die?
think he had
Like,
like ALS or something. It was something to do with
Yeah, it's something.
his motor functions.
Mhm.
okay. But nah, bro, that fucking homie, that episode at the end, like literally, I remember that line so well when he was when like literally because he's putting all that fucking shit in his wine, dude, and like literally it's like he's like I remember he's like it's enough to kill a fucking horse, so
Yep.
it's like they're gonna fucking drink, and then literally like, Bill does the exact same shit, homie, and puts that shit in his drink, bro, and then I remember that line, he's just like, I'm old, I'm satisfied. Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard that, bro, that shit almost made me cry, fam. That
Oh
shit,
yeah.
like, that was crazy. And then,
Yeah.
like, literally at the end, when like that letter that he leaves, where it's just like, and he knows that Joel's gonna pick it up. I mean, it said for anybody, but he said like mainly Joel, and
Yeah.
like, when he says, use these guns in my house to protect Tess, that hit me, bro. Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude, that shit got me.
I
Oh,
mean, they kind of, like they kept it true a little bit in, like, that sense because in the game, he mentions Tess not knowing that
okay.
she's died, and, Joel just doesn't
Mhm.
even tell him, he just says
Right.
he's doing okay. And then you don't end up seeing Bill again. Like they just leave after he's helped them. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Yeah.
death is like another alternative to use,
Yeah, because
whatever.
it's like they introduce them and then they die in the same episode. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I think in reality too, like it's like the purpose of Bill was for them to get the truck, right? And that's all
Mhm.
that they needed to do, and that's I think that the same thing that's like kept throughout both the game and the show
Yeah.
is that like Bill does serve the purpose of getting them the truck in a sense.
Yeah.
Even though in the show too, he's actually like turned into more of like you kind of like when we see him at the beginning and he's like more paranoid and more
Mhm.
like he gets like amplified I think when Frank dies in the
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
And so when you get to the town, it's like literally everywhere is planted with like traps and shit. Like it's
Mhm.
overgrown. And like again, like Bill's just super fucking paranoid, doesn't trust anybody. Like and I'm pretty sure the way that the relationship in the game is like they ended it on a bad note, and that's why like Frank goes off. I think he gets bit and then he hangs himself or something. But
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, no, it is really interesting to see the differences though, I would say.
And then like, bro, moving on like to like episode 4, bro. I'm
Mm.
not gonna lie, to be honest, because I don't know how you guys feel, but episode 4 was by far my least favorite. Like, not the fact that it was like bad, but like every single episode hit so good, but 4 was just by far like it was pretty much just them going and camping in different places. Like to me, 4 was just pretty much just like a filler episode. We're like, okay, let's just move on and get to the next episode. Pretty much, like, I don't
I'm trying to think. So
know.
for what so that oh
I was gonna say I need to look up a summary.
that yeah, wait, no, I think that's the
Yeah,
one where
exactly.
they
Yeah, Ellie.
that's the one I do remember that one though, actually, with they get attacked, like where he's like, this isn't an ambush or whatever the fuck, and they just drive into the guy who says that he's injured.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like I think I like that
Yeah.
episode because it's like that literally is just straight from the game. Like they literally like
Yeah.
do the exact same shit.
That's Yeah, that's one of the things that, when I said they cut out a lot of the zombie interactions and a lot of the human interactions where you fight with them. I think they purposely might have used the episode to like be like, there is a lot of this in here. And one episode, I accidentally muted myself. Sorry.
You're good.
No,
Um,
you're totally fine,
and
fam.
we're just gonna use this one to like let you know there is a bigger journey than just like they're here, every
Right.
episode.
Would you say that it maybe also kind of sets up what they're doing in part 2? I know that you've played it, but like I don't know what they'll do in season 2, but like kind of
I'm sure
showing,
they'll.
yeah, exactly, and showing like kind of both sides a little bit of like,
Yeah.
cuz I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
it probably does show like the difference between like who's really the good guys and that whole kind of thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I don't know. Yeah, I think like the only thing about 4 that really got me was how oh fuck. What is the little black boy's name? I know Henry is the big brother. Who's his little brother?
I think it's
What's his
Henry
name?
And
Sam, yeah.
yeah.
Sam. Okay. The one thing that is cool is that at the end of the episode when they're like in that building and Sam just is like holding a gun and they just like boom cut to end credits. Like that shit was pretty cool to leave on a cliffhanger like that.
Hmm.
Um, but you know what's crazy, man? We'll get into it more. I'm not gonna lie. This might be a hot take. I know a lot of people are like, "Yo, 8 was my favorite episode, bro." I'm not gonna lie. I still think probably 5 is my favorite episode out of all of them.
Oh, well,
5,
yeah.
bro.
No, yeah.
Dude,
It's a
when
really good one.
yeah, bro, when they're all fucking like they're all trying to chase Henry because I don't what I can't remember what he did. Why are they chasing it? I can't remember
So
that
he
shit. What did he do?
killed Kathleen's brother, I believe, and like
Okay,
Kathleen was
yeah.
that
Okay,
lady that was
Hmm.
like leading the revolution or whatever against Fedra.
right.
Um, and like I think he killed him because, or no, yeah, he did kill him because he was trying to like basically get out before like they took over like Fedra or whatever, and because he was a
Yes,
rat.
yes.
Hmm.
And that was the whole thing, is that they were like pissed at the people that like would be reporting to Fedra and everything, so they were like killing all of them.
Hmm.
And then yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's like the reason why though.
But bro, homie, number 5, dude, when they're fun, like yo, they're all chasing after him, and then like they finally find Henry, and they're in that fucking like the parking lot, and then like literally when that huge ass truck, like, cause like I remember what the fuck, Joel, he was sniping on top of the fucking like on the very top of the roof, and then he shot the driver in the truck,
Mm-hmm.
and the truck crashed into the house. And like the whole point of literally because like what they I remember like it was Henry, he was like, yo, there's infected in Kansas City, but they're all underground. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And then like when that truck crashes into the house and the truck is just still sinking, I remember my whole fucking reaction, bro. I was like, yo, I was like, my jaw was like literally dry. I was like, oh, what the fuck is trucks don't just like
Foreshadowing.
sink to the yeah, I was like, trucks don't just sink to the ground, Ellie. I was like, what's happening, bro? And then that shit went down, and then like hundreds of infected just come out of everywhere, just killing everybody, bro. And like literally like Joel is like trying to protect Ellie and snipe everything while Ellie's trying to run to safety and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
And then you got that big ass infected dude who's just
the
fucking ripping
bloater.
heads off and shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, bro. 5 was so fire, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I do wish that like I know in the games they had made it to where like the whole scene with the big ass truck, and they're like being
Yeah.
chased down by it and the federal people, like it's so much more intense, and then they almost like drown, like
Yes.
jumping off of a bridge, all this other crazy stuff. And then to go underneath the what is it, like sewer tunnels or
Mm-hmm.
something? I don't know what it is,
I
with
think
all of
so. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think
there
so.
was like all the kid drawings in there, and the zombies in there. It was so creepy and eerie. And then
Hmm.
for what to happen with Sam and Henry after that, it's just
Oh my god,
horrible.
Yeah.
that's what also made it like put it over the top for me is like cuz as you guys obviously know, what's it called? Sam gets infected and literally like I think Ellie, she was trying to like give him some of her DNA to be able to cure him and make him immune as well. And then literally I
Yeah.
remember like he's like cuz I know he doesn't have the ability to speak. So he writes it down. He's like, "Please stay up with me." And then they end up both falling asleep. And then he's just sitting there out the fucking window, like on some Cat in the Hat shit, just sitting
Mhm.
there out the window looking out. And then literally he just fucking attacks Ellie. And then literally Henry just shoots
Mhm.
him. And then he's like, "What have I done?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always thought it was weird, like, how he didn't like already try to eat her or whatever, like while she was
Yes.
asleep in there still, but maybe he was just dormant and didn't notice her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
It was, yeah, for me, bro, I said, go ahead, Crew. I saw you were gonna say something,
No,
bro.
I was just gonna say. I mean that is exactly how it happens in the game too, and it's like
Mhm.
it's the same exact like effect. Like the same exact like reaction you get. You're like, what the fuck? Like, holy
I
Mhm.
shit!
know, bro.
And like, and that also it really does also kind of show the mentality like of this world too. It's like once you lose your loved ones, and it's not to like kind of jump ahead a little bit, but in episode 9 when they talk about like who shot at Joel, like all that shit, and it's like after he lost Sarah, like he thought he was like done with life, like you don't
Mm-hmm.
think that you can move on past that point, like losing a loved one or losing like a child, like and yet like somehow he did. But again, it is crazy to think that's like that is you just literally killed your brother, like what the fuck, like
Yeah, man.
I think in the moment, if I had a loaded weapon and I had to do something like that, I may not, be the clearest thinking either,
100%.
so because the whole thing, he's been trying to get his brother away from this whole time for it
Right.
to all just end like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like with Joel and his daughter, they finally got out of, the traffic and the city and all the craziness. And then for another human that was
Yeah.
supposed to protect them to just do that, it's
Exactly.
awful.
And then like, bro, just moving on from there. Uh, episode 6 was so fire. You get to see, you got to see Joel's brother. I think his name is Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
right? You get to see Tommy, and he's fire. His they like I'm not like they fucking built this like crazy badass community, like a whole fucking basically like village and shit.
Hmm.
And dude, literally, I remember fucking what the fuck was it called? I remember in that episode when literally the fact that like you don't really they don't really fight. I mean, unless I'm remembering incorrectly, they don't really fight too many infected, to be honest. It's mainly just about like the characters and like because they're introducing new people. But like yeah, bro, like literally it's crazy how he was so excited to see his brother, and then literally when then literally like at the end of the episode they're like so excited to just leave. Like, you know what I mean? And then like cuz he like stole the horse, got out of there. I will say this, what was kind of cool is that at the end of the episode when like because like obviously Ellie's pissed. She's like, "Yo, you think I'd be better off here, but I want to go with you. Everyone in my
Hmm.
life has literally either like died or like just left me, and like what the fuck, Joel?" And then like literally at the end, it's like Joel's like, "You should have a decision. Would you want to go?" "Yeah, I'm going." She just throws his
Mm-hmm.
fucking bag at him like, "Yeah, let's fucking go, bitch."
Hmm.
Like I loved that shit.
Yeah, like without him and her realizing it up until that moment, I think they've formed the like dad daughter relationship, and it was
Absolutely.
at that point they both kind of realized, we're more in this together than we thought we were.
Yes.
I think at that
And
at that point they've been traveling for at least a month or two. I would say
Yeah.
maybe even more than that. But
Hmm.
because they get to Wyoming, right? Isn't that where? That was
Hmm.
also another surprising thing. Is I was surprised because we don't in the games we don't see Jackson until the very end.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very close to the end.
yeah,
It
and
took a
I
lot of the game to get there.
yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Wait, they're already at Jackson, like,
Already, yeah, yeah.
and so that was kind of cool to see that, like, I guess that parallel, because I know in the game you go to like a dam and everything, and you have to like get
Yeah,
the
man.
power back up and running or something, but like
Yeah.
it is actually like it was also cool to see like the differences in societies that are now like being formed where they're very closed off and yet they're like completely different than Fedra. It's not at all the same kind of like
Yes, bro.
mentality. They don't need to you don't need to do that to survive, you know. They can like there's so many other ways.
On
And
a yeah, it's
the
on a dictatorship there.
the fucking yeah, when she's like it's a commune or a communist or something like that. Or
Yeah.
she's like it's a commune. She's like it's like and he's like communist. So he's like Tommy's like
Yeah,
no,
I
it's not
loved that
communist.
scene, bro.
And
That
then she's
scene
like
was
no, we're
so lit.
communists. Like
His brother was like, "Yo, I just got out alpha by a fucking 14-year-old. Like, what the shit just happened?" You know what I mean? But no, that six was fire. I'm trying to remember now.
he gets stabbed too. Joel gets stabbed at the end of that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, that's right. Yeah, because that leads you to episode set. Because yeah, he gets like they go to a college or something, right? And then in that college, some like random people just run up and fucking like just start fighting him and just stab him.
Yeah, well, so that
Um,
was where they thought the Fireflies were supposed to be, and that was like their end
yeah,
goal basically. And then they get there and it's abandoned, and then they're like, "What the
right.
fuck?" And yeah, and then and I'm pretty sure the people that run up on them are the same ones that are fuck, what's his name? Uh, Cannibal Dude's his people. I can't think of his name right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
because later on he says we had people going out and one of them turned up dead or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that was the same.
yeah, no,
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. Exactly. And then number seven, number seven, I didn't expect it to be what it was, but number seven was pretty cool. You got to see a little bit of how Ellie, like her best friend, like you saw the lesbo love, you know what I mean? Like you definitely like it was a kind of a little bit of a different thing. But number seven, like the only thing I will say that really that really got to me was when at the was this no this was episode no never mind, that was episode 8. So pretty much episode 7 was like it was kind of like another filler as well. Like you just gotta see a little bit of like of Ellie and like her best friend, because it's like I know she would talk about her best friend a lot. And I remember you telling this, bro. You were like literally like to give away this, like it's like almost like a little Easter egg for episode 7. In episode 1, Tess is like, "You got a boyfriend?" She's like, "No."
No.
like but no, yeah. And literally this is what everyone tells me, episode 8 was by they were like episode 8 is by far the best. For me, I would still say 5, but episode 8 was definitely insane. Episode 8 was wild.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Bella Ramsey, the girl who plays Ellie, like she did a fantastic job. Because like for the most, I
Yeah,
mean,
bro.
honestly, for both those episodes back to back, they're literally just her, and like that's all it
Mhm.
is. And
Yeah,
she's
that's true.
carrying the show almost, you know, in a sense. There's no Joel. There's no like, I mean, Joel's in a little bit of 8. We're like coming back to life basically, even though he got
Yeah, because
fucking
but he's
stabbed.
fighting them when he's so weak.
Dude, like realistically though, he would be dead. Like honestly, like there
Mhm.
would be no way he could come
Yeah.
back from that. Like and like
Well, I mean, I guess it just I guess it just depends how fucking strong those drugs were that
I
Ellie
mean,
gave him.
but the bro, he was internally bleeding, bro. Like he like
For like
Well, she
a
stitched him up
while.
though, right?
yeah, but bro, you can okay, you stitch it up on the outside, and then you're just gonna bleed internally. You know what I mean? Like if you don't repair what's on the inside.
So like those things was that just literally wasn't that to stop the eternal bleeding, or what the fuck was that
I
she
think that was
gave
just
him?
like penicillin. I don't even
I
fucking
was
know.
gonna say, I think it was just antibiotics,
Yeah, or antibiotic.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
anything like that. So
Well,
again,
whatever he said. I know
regardless, yeah.
whatever. It still was fire though.
No, I know. Again,
Like
it's still badass to see
yeah,
him being like, you know, popping like kneecaps off or whatever the fuck you're like threatening
exactly.
Mhm. Yeah,
and
I did enjoy that because I liked that part of the game, getting to play as Ellie, and I do wish they would have like
You got to play as
um
yourself. No, I'm just playing.
yeah, but I like how they did that in the game. I wish they would have like, I don't know, in the game when you were stalking the deer to like go, get it for him and all.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
such like a quiet, magical, peaceful moment in between all the chaos. So,
And also
but
like Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying it felt so suspenseful in the show. Like, I don't know, the way the music was
Right.
maybe or something. It was almost scarier.
David, that's his name, right? Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's his
Is
name.
he the guy who played that dude who locked up Ellie?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that?
no, well,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
the character. I'm
David.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I wasn't talking about the actor. No, yeah.
But
To
that,
be honest, I don't even know. I'm not even joking, bro. I love the show, but I don't know any of the actors' names. To be honest,
oh,
I'd be a dead ass.
well,
Like,
they actually, funny enough, the guy that plays David's right hand man is Troy or fucking Joel in the games. Troy Baker, like he's the voice actor of him.
oh,
This little
Yeah.
like Easter egg.
Yeah, and I didn't know that Ellie's mom in the show is Ellie's voice in the game,
Yep.
which is really crazy to me because her as a person and Bella Ramsey look so similar.
yeah.
I
That's
was
what
like,
I was
what
saying.
the hell?
Like, well done with the casting, or well
Mhm.
done like with whatever they like. It is actually crazy. Like when that one at the end of the episode 8, like I was like, she looks like I think her name is Ashley Johnson. I'm pretty sure, but she
Mm.
looks exactly like her. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's wild.
Yeah. No.
And then you also like you could definitely tell that like the episode Brilliant 9, I was like, I can definitely tell this person's related to Ellie in some way because she looked a lot like Ellie. Her mom, she looked almost exactly like
Mhm.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think the only thing
yeah,
different was her mom had like blue eyes and she has brown eyes. You
yeah,
know, that's the only thing
yeah.
I could really
But like
notice.
the facial features, like
Mhm.
you know what I mean. Other than that, she looked almost dead on. But no, yeah, episode 8, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, like dude, Ellie was so fucking smart in episode 8 to be able to literally how she got the fuck out of that cage because she found out that what do you say his name, Dave, was that his name?
David.
David.
David,
Yeah.
yeah. How David,
Mhm.
she found out David is fucking a cannibal and he's eating people. And then the fact that literally, the way that she wanted to escape is because like, he's like, we can be together, and she like grabs his hand and then fucking pulls him and bites his fucking hand, and then literally on the table right when he's about to fucking like kill her, she's like, I'm infected. Then he stops, and then
Yeah.
literally, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought he wasn't gonna give a shit. I thought he was still gonna like try to cut her or something when he put that shit right on the fucking table next to her
Mhm.
head.
Oh damn.
And then, yeah, bro. And then literally, like, she's like, she's like, check my arm, checked it, and then she fucking like slits the other dude's fucking throat, bro. Like,
Mhm.
and she's, oh my god, what a fucking badass escape that was, man. Like,
Yeah.
and then, dude, when she like burns down the whole fucking place, and she literally is like stabbing that fucking dude for like 30 fucking seconds, just constantly going, like, and
Mhm.
8 was
I know.
definitely a wild episode, absolutely fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
That actually has one of my favorite lines out of the game, which is where she says, "You can tell him, Ellie is the girl who bit your fucking finger off," you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was trying to get
No,
her name out
no,
of her.
definitely fucking wild.
Mhm.
And it so okay, Ellie. I know Jack's favorite is 8. My favorite is episode 5. What is your favorite episode?
I don't know really. I think I really, I mean, I kinda like, you know, episode 9, just the last one,
Mm,
because it's, you know, it's so much like you can tell when she asked Joel, "Is everything that you told me the truth?" And he says, "Yes." You can
Yes.
tell she knows it's not. Like,
Right.
kid's 14, you know, you're dumb at 14, but you're also smart enough. So, I
Right.
mean, and I mean, I'm excited for season 2. I'm not excited also, but, you know, I mean, because
You're
I
not
don't know,
excited? Why are you not excited?
just, you know, if, you know, spoilers,
yeah.
things.
No, I
Oh,
know
okay,
I
okay,
know
okay.
exactly
Um,
what Ellie means.
I'm pretty sure that I don't know if you've seen it, but they released a, like, trailer poster kinda thing for
Yep.
season 2,
Yeah.
and so I'm pretty sure they're gonna kinda do like how they did with this season, mostly stick to the story, so
Yeah.
Like Jack, what you told me before, bro, you're like, yo, the reason why they're waiting so long to do season 2 is they didn't expect it to blow up the way it did. Right?
Yeah. I mean, also like, cause what is it? Pedro Pascal is already the Mandalorian. He's got other shit going on. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure like Bella Ramsey's
Yeah.
doing other things too. So yeah,
Oh, I don't even think she's gonna be recast. I think I saw something about how she wouldn't be in season 2, maybe.
Wait, who's not
mm,
gonna be recast?
The girl that plays Ellie, Bella Ramsey.
What?
well,
Just
because
because of the age
yeah,
difference.
there's like a 5-year gap between the first one and the second one or whatever for the games.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
But
So
I
she
Dude,
goes from
that
being, like, 14 or 15 to,
bro.
like, 19 or 20.
mm-hmm.
Bro,
Um,
I don't even give a fuck about that, dude. You're gonna take out one of the, like the two one of
well,
one
that's
of
the
the two
thing.
main characters.
They're thinking about it, but they don't know because like
Mm.
they're not sure. But again, we'll see. Like what we don't know what they're fucking. They might even make. I think they said they're gonna make it more than the game at least or whatever. More than 2 seasons. Like they're gonna make the
Yes, I
story.
heard that as well.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They have a lot of potential now. Like they could
Mhm.
literally make so much like they could cover so much time before that too if they wanted to and like just make a completely kind of like like a storyline that's obviously going to get them on the path to whatever happens in the second game, but still
Mhm.
like
Right.
do their own thing and like maybe they can change things or do different things differently like they've done with this version, but yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking they may touch on like what happened in between the 5-year gap maybe to like set it up possibly
Mhm.
because we didn't really get to see like any of that between the first and second game. It was just the conversation he had with Tommy about, I told her that there's not a cure or whatever,
Yep.
but really, there is. I just didn't want her to die kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Really. They played guitar that whole time. That's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's why I was like that's why literally like number 9 it kind of had me wondering. I was like, yo, like literally are they actually going to kill Ellie to potentially get a cure or is Joel going to try to save her? Cuz it's like in that situation it's kind of like what do you do? It's like literally like do you like
Save the
say
world.
salvage this person or do you literally think about the existence of all of humanity? You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you supposed to do there?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean, I can see. Oh, go ahead.
no. I mean, I was just gonna say, I think Joel made a decision and he chose Ellie.
Right,
he said no. He literally like
right.
went. That's not gonna go down because I think he's just like because of Sarah. Obviously, like he's lost one daughter. He's not gonna lose
Mhm.
another.
And
Yeah.
then losing
But like
Tess.
straight up, man, go ahead.
Yep.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I was just saying, and also losing Tess in between
Mm-hmm.
all of that. It's just
Right. Like in reality though, like literally this is just me. Like I mean, yeah, it'd be hard to literally lose a daughter and shit like that, but it's like if it's to save all of humanity, dude, like I would have done it. You know what I mean? I would have gave it to her. Yeah, straight up, bro. Hell yeah.
Well,
I mean,
To
also
save
you haven't been a
all of
father
human
yet, Brad. So you don't.
civilization.
But you don't know what you don't know what being a father is like, bro. So like,
Dude, bro, but yo, to save all of human civilization, like, come on,
I
man.
don't know. I get what you're saying, but I also, in a way, I can understand where Joel is. I'm a parent, but like, not even besides that, it's almost like Thanos with the glove. Like humanity has been so like trash so far. So if, a bunch
mm,
of the bad went away, granted, it's like things that might kill you, but still it's at least they're gonna kill you. It's not like, oh, they lie to you and then you end up like on the news the next day, something
yeah,
like that.
true.
Right.
That's a fair point.
I don't know. After at some point, even if they have the cure, they're still gonna have to eradicate all of the infected for it to be normal again, either way. So that's and
Right.
they're the small portion compared to those now. So
Yeah.
And it's also kind of like literally like they're preventing him to literally like they would kill him if like he tried to get close to Ellie because it's like yeah the ability to get a cure. You know what I mean?
hmm
I mean, what did you think? Like, what was your reaction when he just capped that doctor? Were you like surprised, like when when he like
Me?
walked in the room? Yeah, Brad.
I mean, I didn't expect him that he was. I didn't expect that he was holding the gun, literally just right underneath Ellie's legs when he was carrying
Oh,
her.
true. When
I
he
didn't
with
expect that at
Marlene,
all.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
hmm
expect that in the slightest. Um, no, I mean, pretty much. I mean, for episode 9, like like the beginning and the end is cool, but for the whole middle part of it, there wasn't anything super crazy. They're just traveling to go to because like their main destination was the hospital, because they were like, oh, because wasn't the whole thing like, yeah, they want to literally inject some of Ellie's DNA to make that immune
It-
virus.
the way, dude, yeah. I don't the science behind it. I don't know of how like much of it makes sense. Like they said that there's a
Right.
growth in her brain, and then they would
hmm
take that growth and then like develop it into a cure or something. So like
hmm
they basically needed to like get into her skull and like take this part of her brain out,
Right.
which is like I don't know if that would even work. I don't know. Like they also that's the thing too. The scientists or whatever, the doctors don't even fucking know if that would work. This is like a 50-50
Right.
shot. So
Yeah,
that's
and I mean, if she dies and you don't get it, then it's whatever at that point.
Exactly.
so that would probably be like another factor too. I'm sure, like, that would be more of a thing like for Joel just to just snap and just take
Mhm.
control of
Do
the
you think that's
situation.
right? Do you think that's also the reason why Joel was so hesitant to do it because of the fact that it's like if it doesn't work, Ellie's totally gone.
I think regardless of it, whether it worked or not, she would die. I
They
think
were
that
doing-
would be
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah. So like
yeah,
I think that was the whole thing for him, especially. It's like
right.
even if they take this out of her and she still dies, it would be for nothing. So like
Yeah.
that would be even more of a like what the fuck? Like holy
Right.
shit. Like
Yeah. No, I do think that killing the surgeon could have probably been avoided because he had a scalpel
mhm.
versus, I mean, pistol whip the guy or something,
True.
like, just to leave the option there one day if other people,
Yeah,
fund up
actually.
something, like a willing adult volunteer maybe that has no relatives that care about them, something like that, I don't know. But it would be kind of cool if they figured out that that's how Ellie became immune, the whole thing where the mother got bit and all that. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it would be a good thing, but I'm saying if people figured out that's how it happened, they would probably take somebody who was pregnant, didn't really care if they lived or died, whatever, and then perform the same kind
Ooh.
of, ritual,
Yeah.
I guess, and kind of make a cure out of it then, I guess. But,
Right.
the doctor that could do it is dead. So,
Yeah. Damn. Interesting. That's actually a really interesting theory then. Damn. Ooh.
I mean, if it happened that one time, I mean, who's to say it couldn't happen again?
True.
Right. Yeah, anything's possible. It's because well, yeah, because like literally, yeah, the whole science behind it doesn't really make much sense. How it's like they just would take, because it's like because how you said, Jack, they have to go in the brain, but it's like, wouldn't any sort of like just blood DNA work? Like, why did it have? Why I never understood why did it have to be through the brain? That's what
Again,
I didn't
well,
understand.
I think it's a disease that doesn't exist, or whatever, or like an infection. So like
Well, I mean, we're just talking about it,
we're
you
no,
know?
we're picking too much at it. Really, at the end of the day,
Right.
like I think the whole point of it was like this thing could save the world or it couldn't, but
Mhm.
regardless, she's gonna die. Like whether
Right.
it saves her or
Yeah.
not, she's not coming back. Like, and I think that was like the thing that like Joel was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna put up with that. So he literally murders an entire fucking hospital full of people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kills the whole
Yep.
entire hospital. Yep. And then it's like, at the end of episode 9, what actually? Where I totally forgot about it. Where are they going in 9? They're not going to Wyoming, are they?
Yeah, no, they're I think they're
Yeah,
going
Oh, they
they
back
end
are.
to
up
Okay.
back there. Yeah,
yeah.
they end up back there with Tommy and just kinda chill and, she kinda grows up the rest of her young adult life there, kinda thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much like, uh, damn guys, we just covered literally like 45 minutes just on Last of Us, which is
Yeah.
That's
pretty
okay with
wild.
me.
You know what's funny about that, Ellie? Like literally, we were so excited to have you on, but like literally, I wanted to talk about Last of Us because we're now doing like since we started doing like YouTube Shorts and like putting this out on YouTube, we're like starting to grow our channel a lot more. We started doing 2 podcasts a week now, and we just did one yesterday. And I was saying like, yo, I want to talk about this so bad, but Jack was like, no, no, Brad, just save it for Ellie, man,
Yeah.
save it for Ellie. So just letting you know, this episode was very special just for you.
I'm happy to provide
We had to talk
content
about it.
also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like, okay, for your guys' comparison, what was actually more entertaining? Because I haven't done it yet. Was the game or the show more entertaining? It's kind of like the whole book and movie kind of thing, right? Where it's like, was the book better? Was the movie better? Like, was the video game or was the TV show better?
You want to go first, Ellie?
I don't care. Either one.
I mean,
You don't care either way.
yeah, I think I mean in my opinion, I think the game just you get immersed, right? You're literally playing as Joel and both Ellie. So like
Right.
Hours.
yeah, hours. So it's even more so than the show. And just like Ellie said, like the infected is more prominent in the game. And like
Mm.
nothing wrong with the show or anything, but I think like with the show they really didn't want to waste time, and it might have also like now like because we've seen what the show is like, they may give them more episodes to really dive into the things that they want to do and show more infected and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for this, it's like they're making a video game, right? video game show, so it's like they don't know how well it's
Right.
gonna do. So
hmm
they wanted to make sure, I think, that they got like the beats and like the really important parts of the video game down in the show. And I think that's like a great like intro for people that like are even unfamiliar with Last of Us or like other kind of games like Last of Us. It's like you can really have like all this character development, even more so too, in a game than like the show, at least at the start, because like I don't even know how season 2 is gonna be. Maybe even better than the fucking game, but like for now at least it was a honorable adaptation for sure. Like,
Yeah.
but I would
hmm
say like the game, it just makes you feel like you're in that world. It makes you more immersed. You're like constantly having to dodge people and infected. And then when you get to that end point, you're like you feel like you've gone across the fucking country in a sense. Like,
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like I said, it's
No,
a
no,
lot
100%.
longer of a time frame. Like you feel like you have traveled the states to go where you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was gonna say I think maybe one of the reasons they could have left out some of the infected scenes is because of budget as well,
true.
especially for like the floaters and the clickers and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Because I did see the it was I think it was the one for the bloater. God, it said it was expensive, like thousands of dollars of work. So yeah, I can understand why they didn't want to put a whole lot because in the video game, just in the first one, you encounter maybe like 15 bloaters, or more. So
Right. And
and
also, like literally, you said like the like budget, like literally, like like I said, episode 5, how literally it's like you have like several hundred people all playing infected, so it's like you have all those
mhm,
people on the set all together. You know what I mean?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
So it's like,
everybody's got
I
to
just
get
found this
paid.
out too. I didn't realize that. I looked it up today. I didn't know. I didn't know. I wondered where it was shot at. I didn't know it was shot in Canada.
Oh
Thought that
yeah.
was
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
yeah, because they did that because of the scenery, I think is what it was, because it's all
Right.
overgrown and stuff like that. So
Just like, okay. So like, the overgrown. So like does that have something to do with the fact that, like, yeah, the background scenery, but I was wondering because literally everywhere you go, like every single this probably has nothing to do with it, I don't even know why I'm saying this, but like every single literally like building and car has like grass and mold all over it. Like, does that play into that a little bit, or no, not at all?
I don't think that's like how it is in Canada. I wouldn't. I don't think. I think
yeah, yeah,
like she's talking about like the nature and
yeah.
like them
Okay.
being like out in the countryside and like on mountains and shit. And
There's less like you know civilization there, I guess you could
mm-hmm.
say. You're probably not gonna see a power pole off in the distance in the shot, maybe,
Right.
True.
that kinda thing. And I think a lot of the stuff that they did as far as the cars and the buildings overgrown was just CGI. I know at
Mm-hmm.
least they did that in The Walking Dead a lot.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's probably what they did as well.
And well, I will say this: it's definitely an incredible show. Here, I want to ask you guys' ratings too. So, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you fully give that show? I guess I can't really like the whole entire show, but the first season. So, like, I'd say like one is literally like, why did I even fucking watch this? I shouldn't even have this on my. I should get rid of this off my continue watching. Or 10 being like, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll say straight out, I'll just give mine. I'm gonna give it a 9. I would give it a 9. I think the characters, like, that's why literally when you guys said Ellie's gonna be gone, that's why I literally was like, I jumped, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, are you guys lying? Because I was like, dude, literally both of them crushed the role so well. So I was like,
Yeah.
dude, there's no way they can get rid of these people. I mean, yeah, it's an age gap, but it's like, dude, I'm sure they could figure something out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just like, whoa.
Well,
So
they
the
could
character, everything. What'd you say, Ellie?
I was just saying they could decide to keep her and I mean, she in real life is like 20 or 21,
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So I mean, if
Yeah,
they
she's like
like maybe
19. Yeah.
they maybe gave her like longer hair, put the tattoo on her, and I don't know. They can maybe work it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends.
Cause Right, cause like in the show, I was shocked when she was like 19, 20 years old in real life. I was
Mhm.
like, "Whoa, she does not look
She looks
19
young.
at
Yeah.
all."
Mhm.
Yeah, she easily looks like 12 to
It's
13.
like Tom Holland or
Like,
whatever.
Yeah.
exactly. Well, see, that's the reason why I think it could work, dude. Cause like, yo, literally, like Tom Holland is like 27, and literally in the show he easily looks like 16. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They could figure something out. But okay, my rating is not. What would you guys give the full rating of Last of
Mm,
Us?
I'd say for me, probably an 8. And I'd say that just
Okay.
because of some things being slightly different. And like I said, like his daughter being a darker or whatever and not blonde. That doesn't bother me. I just mean like I don't know. For instance, I don't think they added a part where in the game like Ellie Sam like he tries to pick up a toy robot and his brother yells at him like you can't take that. We only bring stuff that we need. And Ellie like hides it for him and gives it back to him later on. Like I would have liked to
Yeah.
Mhm.
see certain little parts like that. But other than that, great cast, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I
Jack?
mean, I would say probably like an 8.5 or a 9. I mean,
Mhm.
it
Okay.
like it's very similarly like what Ellie said about just the things that they probably could have maybe kept a little bit more to, but again, I think it does so well for like again, it's a video game adaptation and like in the past, video game adaptations have just some of them have just been so bad like that like it's hard to break that mold, and I think this did like a really good job of that and like
Mhm.
showing people that like the true story of the game, and really what's at the heart of it. And it's about
Yeah.
these two people, these two strangers meeting and forming a connection
Right.
and trusting in one another, and that's like really crazy. And like yeah, I mean, I think it does a really good job, but I like yeah, I would have loved to see more infected though, 100%. Like that's
Mhm.
the one little tidbit I would I would have wanted to.
Like in certain episodes, how in 4 there was like no infected. We should have seen more infected.
There's barely any like after 5 there's barely any, I would say. I don't
Mm.
remember. I mean, and I guess in 7 cuz like it's like a we see like Ellie
Yeah,
get.
but you only see one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like that's what I'm like
Because
I'm saying.
that's when the guy bites Ellie and the other girl.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I guess in 9 you do see one infected with Ellie's mom. So there are technically infected in each episode, but there's just not in the great numbers that I would think, or like the amount that you kind of encounter them in the game, I would say.
Yeah. Like I think like just for an example, like in The Walking Dead, they have episodes where you do kind of forget the infected are there, but then there's also the scenes where you get to see hundreds of them,
Mhm.
So you're like
Right.
reminded this monstrosity is there. Pretty looming, imminent, doom kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that, Ellie. Maybe that's why I love 5 so much, because literally you see hella infected. Maybe that's why I
Mhm.
love 5 so much. You know? I didn't
True.
even think about that. And plus the fact that it's like it almost literally is like a fucking video game, how it's like literally like you have all these little ones, then you have one giant fucking infected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of be like fucking like Mario, where it's like literally you have like all these little like Troopas and little things, and you have fucking Bowser, this giant fucking
Mhm.
dinosaur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And I was gonna say
but
that
no,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say
I'm
that
so
that
sorry.
part did confuse me though, because that's not in the game. That's not your first scene of a bloater. It's when you meet Bill and you're
Okay.
trying to get the truck and all that. You're in the high school gym or whatever,
Yeah, I
and then it
remember
just
that.
comes out the door. That's when you see it then. So that is one thing that was different also. But I mean, it was still a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that show was fucking fire. But yo, crew, you knew exactly what the fuck you were talking about. But we took up a whole fucking hour just talking about one fucking topic, which is crazy. But
That's okay.
at the end of the day, bro, literally like 9 episodes worth of a show, and like the fact that there's so much depth to it, it needed a full hour, so it was
Yeah.
good. But yo, Ellie, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's always fucking a pleasure having you on our podcast. It really
Thank
is.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting
You
me
want to go
back.
ahead and plug in your Twitch real quick before we get out of here? Go follow her on
Uh,
Twitch, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, it's twitch.tv/Lady Ellav. I'm trying to get it to just be Ellav though, for the record.
And I saw you literally coming up on 200 followers. Let's go, fam.
I know, right? Very
Nice.
awesome. Very grateful.
But yeah, go follow her, man. You literally got to be a legend to literally go follow her. I know y'all want to be that legend, baby. But yo, y'all have a wonderful week. Yo, go follow Ellie on Twitch, and yo, me and Jack will see you in the next one, baby.